Hello and welcome to Garblag Games. Tonight we have episode 4 of Look to Spinward, our Mongoose Traveller adventure. In a moment we'll go around and our players will tell you who they are and who they're playing. But before we do, please don't forget to go check out all the social medias, join us on our Discord and check out our Patreon as well. There's a massive back catalogue of 854 videos on YouTube. So if you're feeling brave or you've got a really long holiday and not much to do, go check that out. Cool. Okay, right. Let's get into this because the guys want to talk a bit about what happened last time. And absent from last time, we will begin there.
Hello, everybody. I am Dan. I'm playing Jack Denver, former corporate espionage spy, general agent. And I was apparently locked in my room last time listening to someone sing sea shanties or space shanties, as the case may be. So I might be a little bit mental this episode.
Cool. Okay. And who was singing the sea shanties?
Hello, I'm Lewis, and I play Captain Gower, who had pre-recorded space shanties that he can pipe at any point of the day or night, depending on the mood, the setting, and so forth.
And how drunk he is.
He's definitely a captain and also a space jockey.
Okay, cool. We're gonna.
He's only a captain because he's the only one that can fly the ship.
Yeah.
No, he's only a captain because, well, I'll get to that.
Oh, okay. Right, Ben, go for it. Oh.
I'm playing Nes Mathis, and I am an entirely responsible prospector and archaeologist with no psychic powers whatsoever.
I don't believe you.
I'm
Oh, hang on,
half
I do believe you.
You do believe me? Yeah, I just like psychics, so I wanted to be one. And after my first character died tragically in character creation,
That was
it became
beautiful.
possible.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Never actually seen it happen. And in the second term, that was cool. Okay, thank you very much, Ben. Over to our final member of the team.
I'm Simon. I'm playing Ivik Iverson, the chief engineer and proud owner of a mining drone.
Yes. And last week we had Leon with us, who was portraying Gary, the ship's dog's body. Thank you, Leon, for filling in for Dan while he was on holiday. Excellent. Cool. So, episode 4, here we go. Does anyone remember what happened last time? Obviously, apart from Dan. We went to...
Well, Dan should have watched the video on YouTube.
I know, right?
Or listen to the podcast, which is available on your favourite streaming service.
I know. It's a VOD on Twitch for subscribers, and it's free to watch on YouTube. Look at that. Anyway, so our party went to, here's the overlay, the Dizuro system, which has got 2 large planetoid belts, and there was some shenanigans going on when you arrived as a Zydarian codominium ship disguised as pirates was attacking what turned out to be a mining survey vessel.
Badly disguised.
I mean, yeah, but
Everybody
enough
knew they were codependent.
condominium,
Yeah.
condiments, and you decided to dock at the safe port, drop your passengers off. One of your passengers said, "Ha ha, buried treasure," and you said that sounds cool.
Wait a minute, old man.
Yeah, I'm gonna check
Back
your
it up.
brain. Oh, you believe it? Okay, fine.
What be ye talking about, stranger?
And he had a really cool name, if we do remember. His name was... where are we?
Baron Montrose.
Montrose Gadoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Baron Montrose Gadoon. And
Our best friend.
he was hunting down the Fullerford ancient vessel, the Dynasty, which had been lost in the system. You guys delivered some kelp to some very hungry, strange people, looking forward to their kelp jerky. And then found the black box of their destroyed ship and then flew over to investigate the Dynasty. You located it, but there was some interest from the Zydarians, so you went and sort of hid.
There were no ghosts.
There were
None.
And then
No
you went
space
and
ghosts.
found the ship, and the old boy said, "There's one thing I want on the ship. You can have everything else." More no. And it turned out that he was looking for the deed to the 12th moon of Valhalla, which was his ancestral property. That he wanted the deed back from these, scurrilous Fullerfords. And you guys
That's
went.
why in the early summer we're going to send him a pot that he can spit in.
Yes. You now have a Baron friend. So you now have a contact.
And he will have a Jadoon Spittoon on the moon in June.
Whilst holding a balloon.
And he can jam with a spoon.
Indeed. He was
Sending a whole basket.
He was a fun old
Yeah.
chap, and he took a shine to Gary, if you remember.
He did.
So you went on board and found there's a load of cool stuff. You didn't have a lot of time, so you took out a big box labelled guns and the small box labelled deed to the 12th moon of Valhalla. Went back to the ship, and the old boy was very happy and said, I owe you a favour. You're a good bunch of guys. Drop me back at the thing and I'll get a ship out of here.
We did think about leaving him Gary as well, because he did like him. But then we remembered that we haven't got the instructions for the on-ship washing machine, and Gary's the only one that knows where to put the little capsules.
Yeah.
So
Doesn't
we
let
had to
you-
keep
And
him.
where they
Doesn't
are,
let you watch
because
when
they
he does
hide
it.
them
Somewhere.
somewhere high,
Somewhere.
so we can't eat them.
So you had returned to Port Dizuro to lay low so that the Zidarians all sodded off, and you dropped him off. And I think we rejoin as you guys are inspecting what you'd recovered and thinking about what there is to recover and how you might go about doing it. So what did we take off of the ship? Do you remember?
We took a lockbox, a cutlass, which we gave to Lewis, because if he's going to be a space captain, he needs a space captain space sword,
Yep.
Yeah.
and a container full of hunting gear. We don't know exactly what kind of hunting gear. We believe it to be guns. If we open it up and it turns out to be lots and lots and lots of twine for making snares with, we're going to be pretty pissed.
Yep. And we'd also seen G-bikes.
Yeah, we're going back
and a-
for ship's computer,
Yep.
double turret, military grade sensors, including a densitometer, some hunting trophies, maybe not, depends. If the fur's damaged or they're badly taxidermied, we're leaving them. 2 more cargo containers full of luxury food and drink, and 3 speeder bikes,
Yes. G-bikes.
G-bikes,
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
and a partridge in a pear tree.
Okay. So you guys have got
And a spittoon.
and a spittoon for Gadoon. It's going to be an ongoing thing, isn't it? So what do you guys want to do first? Do you want to open up the big box and see what's in it? Do you want to try and... I think you were talking about trying to get some more people to help you to go and salvage the ship. What's your... Someone should actually also make an electronics sensor roll.
Someone should, not me.
And not Simon.
Do you want
Oh,
me
you
to
do?
do it?
I have electronics computers, and that's it.
There you go. Simon's done.
Okay, Simon's got this one.
Oh, hang on. I need to switch
No more
to,
rolls from you, Simon.
Switch to the
You're
right
done.
screen.
You've used up.
That's
your
it.
luck
Oh,
now.
wow, there we go.
You've used up
Look at
Well,
that.
I do have electronic sensors as a skill, which is why I finally worked out. Don't unplug it before you try and use it.
Yeah. When you turn it off, you've got to turn it on again.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing when I have to pretend I can use sensors and just like reach out with my brain.
Yeah.
So as you're arriving back at you've arrived back at the station, drop the old guy off. He's going to go on his thing, and you guys are checking your stuff out while you're doing some of your system checks on the bridge. Ivik, you notice on sensors that a number of small ships are heading out into the belt on a vector, not directly to where you were, but in that direction.
Yeah.
There are 3 small vessels. And remember, if I said there are lots of lots of small ships flying about. This is a belter community. Most of them aren't actually living on the station. They kind of live out in their little shuttle things, going out and surveying and then get their mining gear and all that kind of stuff. And they're salvaging and stripping old ancient ships and all that kind of stuff here. So you can see that clearly a few of them have thought that wherever you guys went might be an interesting place to go.
I mean, they're not wrong.
Let's open up that gun box.
Yeah.
And
Jack,
prove
we
to
got
them
you a
that
present.
they are wrong.
So I guess if we don't leave straight away, then by the time we get there, they'll be like, "We're here. We've got salvage rights," or something like that.
Potentially. You know, someone might have an accident. You know.
So we could turn around and go, or we could do stuff here.
Can you like squish their brains from afar?
Not from this far. Also, I'm not psychic. I don't know why people keep asking me that. I think this is your fault, isn't it? It's supposed to be a secret. Why does bloody everybody know?
No, what?
Nothing.
Yeah, what?
Got your present, mate.
What? I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. There's three ships, and they're off that way.
Yeah,
Did you mark?
reckon.
Did you mark the ship
Yeah.
for salvage before you came back?
No, we kept it quiet and didn't say where it was.
Well, we could register it.
We could.
You could use your computer, whatever, and register it.
Yeah.
Or we could reach out to those three and say, "Oi, do you want to help us with some salvage?"
You could register it first.
Yeah, Pete, wouldn't there be like because have we gone back to the main port? Have we?
Yeah, you're at Port Dizuro and you've docked.
So there would be probably a salvage part of the Delta community where you mark up salvage, right?
Yeah. There's like a central office,
I mean,
a claims
our
and
claim
salvage office.
Yeah.
Our claim is also backed by a baron, so you know.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
of course
he's still on the station, right? He's trying
Yeah.
to get a.
So,
That is very true.
so yeah, I mean, could we put through a request then for that to be marked? Like, sure, there's like an online form you fill out, right?
There is. You can input your coordinates and a brief description, and then you pay a small fee.
Of course you do.
Of course we do.
Yeah.
I will do all of the above.
It's 50 credits. It's
That's
not
fine.
It's not massive, but even you. I mean, you're doing all the work and paying them 50 credits.
Yeah.
So you've
And I will
logged
put
it.
additional supporting evidence from our ship logs having recently been there, and of the Baron's name who we had done the job for and said we could have the ship.
Okay.
I'll put that in like I'm sure there's a little box for other information you would like to
Yeah,
provide.
yeah.
Attachments.
An open text
Yeah.
field.
yeah.
Rather than all the
Attachments.
you do all the drop downs.
Yeah.
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 Other big fucking ship. No.
Yeah.
A couple of PDFs with our sensor box.
Yeah, exactly. Just showing that our ship's been there and it is rightfully our ship. We haven't. It's not just sort of randomly throwing a pin drop in the middle of space.
Have you got
Photo
admin?
of Gary in space.
I do have admin.
Let's have an admin role. It's not going to be hard.
I have.
I know. I
advocate at
don't.
-3.
I don't have admin.
I have
It's one of the ones
admin.
that-
Oh, there you go. You get the captain to sign off on it
is
for
Is it based on intelligence though?
you. Yes.
I'm +3 on that, so it's just a 0 roll, right?
Uh,
Because you -3 if you don't have the
yeah,
skill.
and it's just easy.
Okay, let's do just I'll just do an intelligence roll then. Easy, and then we'll ignore the +3. So even if you take off the 3, it was successful because I would have got 8 on it.
Okay. Oh no, actually, it does that for you in this. What
Oh.
we've realised is it adds a number on when it's easier.
Oh, okay, cool. Then yes, I have. Done
Okay.
this.
So, cool. So yes, you fill in the forms, and you attach the right attachments, do the right drop downs, fill in the text, a reference from the Baron, all that stuff, and you log a claim to. How well do you describe or name the thing that you found? Do you literally call it the Dynasty? And
Yeah,
then
we call
write-
it. I call
okay.
it everything that I do.
Okay.
Everything by the book because
Okay.
I feel like if we try to hide something, then that might throw in like a loophole for someone to try and challenge our rightful salvage of the vessel.
Yep.
And then also, obviously, put an attachment for it to be secure as well. I don't know if you have to pay extra for secureness. We don't want the information shared at the moment because we may wish to sell the information at a later date.
Oh, that's an extra fee.
That's fine. And what's the
That's
extra
another
fee?
200 credits.
That's fine. So 250 credits, and it's a secure information. That's fine. That's fine. We can afford that. That's not a problem.
You want the premium service.
When you go in for the secure information option, it flashes up with a little pop-up dialog box saying, warning, if you do not share claim information with all in-system salvage individuals, you may find someone at your claim when you get back there.
Yeah, but I'm sure we get like a little, here's our right
Sure.
to salvage.
Sure.
That's not going to have stopped them nicking stuff first, though.
Fine. Then I have cause for reasonable force to retrieve those items.
Yeah, I can bump their ship.
Exactly. We
Oh,
can
shit.
bump the tiny little ships of our slightly bigger ship.
Okay.
I
Cool.
guess I'll just wait for the paperwork to come back and then say we should probably get going.
Yeah. You
Jack's
get
like, hey, we got the paperwork. We've got to get moving.
a PDF containing a valid QR code is sent to your ship's computer.
I can't believe we're using such archaic methodologies.
What? I thought it was futuristic. I mean, wow.
You could ping the
Future
three-
is now, man.
You could ping the 3 vessels and inform them of the fact that it's registered salvage to you, and if they want to earn some money helping you, then they can.
They may have not found it yet as well. Don't forget, they're only flying in the general direction. They may not have the exact location.
Also, if I do it just right, we can ping off the 3 vessels.
Do you mean to bounce our ship off of their ships?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
like
terrible.
snooker, only we're using a football.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds great. All right, Lester. Cool. Okay. So, what are you doing?
The crew in agreement.
You've logged your claim.
I suppose, yeah, we'd best get
Pedal to the
back
metal,
out there.
Captain.
Yeah. I mean, we've got all the gear, so we don't need gear.
Sure.
No,
We
now
just
it's
need
our
time.
rightful salvage. We have time.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going to head out there. If you remember, it takes you a few hours because you've got 1G thrust, so you're not like super fast. And as you're heading out in that direction, you can see that those ships, I mean, they're going to get there way ahead of you because they're smaller, they're higher thrust vessels. It's probably going to take them half the time, so they might have an hour or so in the area to like look around and see if they can find anything.
Oh, it's not enough for them to actually get in, salvage the ship, look for any useful bits, and actually get them off, though.
Before we get
And-
there and shoot.
Have you got a gun on your ship?
We've got a bunch of guns now.
We don't
Just
have a
put
ship.
someone on the front with a gun.
Serenity comes to mind now.
Do you want to open up the big box while you're on your way?
It's not going to do them much good knowing where the spaceship is if they can't remember where their own spaceships are when they get back from the big spaceship.
Oh, we have a mining drone for that. Yeah, true.
I was more thinking they might forget how to pilot. You know, slipped
How
in
would
the
they
bath
do that?
and
If only we
accidentally
had a
forgot how to pilot.
sidekick aboard.
I've forgotten how my autonomic nervous system works.
That's unfortunate. What an unlucky turn of events.
Yeah. Okay, so if you're going to open up this big box, you can find inside. There's a whole bunch of things, like smaller boxes, right? And there are 2 sets of binoculars, 2 bioscanners, a set of light intensifier goggles, 3 med kits, a bunch of like hypo spray type things, right? That are like all in like in a pack, and
They're tranquilizers, though, aren't they?
well, There's a tranquilizer gun, right,
Right.
with darts, but these seem to be like there's 2 anti-rad ones, some medicinal ones, like anti-venom type things, that kind of thing. There are 2 metabolic accelerator syringes, and there are 2 stim syringes. Clearly, these have been there for a very long time, but they are sealed in this container, so they may work. They may,
What the hell are they doing in these hunts?
What's the use-by date?
Stabbing themselves with stims and then jumping into the face of dinosaurs. See, that sounds like fun.
Yeah. See,
yeah. Oh yeah. Hang
what
on.
you've
Maybe.
done there is just come up with the exact idea they came up with.
Yes. There's 2 climbing kits, 2 breather masks, a rescue bubble in a package, 4 environment suits, 3 filter masks, a couple of tents, and then as far as weapons are concerned,
So glad I spent all that money buying that stuff before we started.
Are you writing this? Are you writing this down, Ben?
No, I'm going to let Pete put it in Discord.
we are recording
No,
this, right?
let him put
There
it
is
in
that
Foundry
too.
himself.
We are
Type it all
recording.
in.
And
It's like the Price is Right. You have to guess it as it goes by.
and a cuddly toy. There is a.
He doesn't want to give us a Price is Right version because we'll be like, there was a yacht and
What?
and a nuclear maser gun and
A man portable fusion gun.
yeah, that's the
Yeah,
one.
one of those. Sorry, I'm just trying to
Each.
find the right weapons. Here we go.
Pete gave me one of those in a Traveller game once.
I did.
And he thought it was really funny because
It
you
was
couldn't actually
ridiculous.
fire it.
Because if you fired it, everyone around you would die of radiation poisoning.
So I went and I stood on the roof of the ship and shot it when we were in space.
It was great. 2 laser carbines, tech level 11, are in there, which seem to be some of the couple of nice things. And there are also 3 stun grenades. Yeah.
They might come in
These
handy.
stun grenades.
We've got 4 with grenades.
3 belters and 3 stun
Three
grenades.
And a pocket nuke. No.
Some see Providence.
So it's like this
I
big
see
box, and
serendipity.
everything's in its own little box. So when you open this big box, it's like, oh, what's this? Oh, it's a new, and it all looks like it's brand new. Yeah, so it's been sealed inside a sealed thing. So like it looks like they were obviously rich people off for a hunt. Or joining in something, they took all their new hunting gear with them, and you have been the beneficiary of that whack of a stash of stuff. There's also some ration packs in there, food enough for like a week kind of thing stashed in the corner of there. So
I didn't even know they had venison haunch ration packs.
And this stuff's what, 200 years old or 100 years old? Is what you said?
yeah, it's been in there a long time. The food,
It's been in
It was
cryo,
flash dried. It's
temporal
fine.
storage inside a vault.
the food might not be good.
It's like honey. It lasts forever.
Yeah, we'll find out.
It's got the
partway, won't we?
consistency of honey now as well. It kind of
There you go. In the end, everything becomes honey if you wait long enough.
Have you never had foie gras from a toothpaste tube?
It's like that weird Inuit delicacy where they get a seal skin and they stitch a bunch of dead seabirds into it and then bury it. Then go back to it a couple of seasons later and
Right.
it's fermented into deliciousness.
Deliciousness. Lovely. So
I might
yeah.
not ever eat again.
So there's a
So
a
it's
bunch
all
of
for me
swag.
then.
Let me tell you about the Sicilian cheese, Dan.
Oh, don't. The Valhallan cheese. The Baron loves a good cheese. So you guys have opened all of that up, right, on the way there. Yeah. And as you're, all the ships are moving in different directions. And as you're flying out there, you can see on the scanners that 2 of the ships seem to be fairly close to each other. And they look like they're moving in concert, right? So they're kind of rotating almost around to like an axis that's between them. Yeah. So they're doing maneuvers together. And the third one...
We could just...
and the third
straight
one
in between them.
is separate. And about, an hour out, you get hailed. Hey.
Beep.
Hey.
Yeah, all right. How are you doing?
You guys coming back out here?
We're coming back out somewhere, yeah. Also, Gower is once again alone on the...
You are absolutely not alone in the bridge on comms. Jack is definitely over your shoulder, like crossed armed and watching you, ready to
We've
interrupt.
got no passengers. I don't have to sit up in the luxury lounge.
We're all in the bridge.
There's a rotor.
Everyone's sitting there thinking that will change how Gower reacts.
Gower watch Rota. Just like keep an eye on him. Love it. Name's Coop. I've been working these belts for a long time. You fellas need any help, like lifting anything, moving anything, cutting anything?
Yes, yeah, we do, don't we? Really? So
Yeah.
come on, we might as well take him up on the offer.
Yep.
I'm not a huge fan of lifting and carrying. I've already found all the stuff. Let's just. We're not on live, are we?
Thought I'd give
I think what the ship's
No, you can hear him, but
is...
you're on mute at the moment.
No. The Gower's just got...
They've put you on mute. They've put it on mute.
Yeah, they've muted you as well.
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to listen to this. No. Yeah, I think we could probably work something out.
Yeah, thought I'd give you a call before Brenson buzzed you. That guy will stab you in the back while you're standing in a darkened hulk. You can't trust him.
I mean,
him
well,
and
We
be
can
sure.
trust you.
Well, I'm talking to you, aren't I?
Did reach out. It's true.
Hey, I got nothing to lose.
Hey, hypothetically, if we found a derelict and there were a couple of items that we wanted from it, and we were prepared to give you the pick of everything else, how does that sound?
Sounds pretty sweet.
Hell, you can
Yeah.
even have the hull if you want.
I mean, yeah, I think it'll be just like tear the thing apart, get as much out of it as you can.
Yeah, I cut hulks and we push them out and then we pull them in. Normally in a bigger team, but half of them are over there. He's sort of pointing off in a direction. You're not sure where he's pointing.
Well,
Maybe this other ransom person will work with us.
I
Or
wouldn't
is that
bother.
going to be a
He's scum.
problem?
He's bad. Him and Reagan, they're bad news.
While he's saying all this, I'm punching their names into the extranet.
Pressing the mute button for a second. We're in space and there's a man called Raygun. That's just silly.
I mean, my brother's called Belter Gower. What do you want? Yeah.
So Jack Denver, you're punching into the computer these names.
Yeah,
Um,
just to,
Dudes have got
yeah,
bounties
okay.
on and we'll nick them as well.
They come up as
I
listed.
really want to ran.
They come up as listed salvage operators in the area. Brenson and Reagan, Ragan. They are subcontractors for Stellar Pinnacle.
oh, yeah, we don't want anything to do with that, do we?
No, ram 'em.
Just don't let. Yeah,
That was already pressing the speed the shit up.
Why has that got a bit of tape over it that's got ramming speed scribbled on it?
It marginally speeds the ship.
See, I was just
up.
looking to see if they had Google reviews, but now I've seen that they're part of a Silver
Yeah.
Pinnacle. Yeah, absolutely not.
And
How fast do you reckon maybe the rest of your salvage crew could get in? I mean, they can pick the place apart.
well, they're all busy over on the platform, so they're watching the fight. So they won't be over here anytime. I haven't got time for that shit. Just a waste of money.
That's
Well,
fine, because we can
that's
once
right.
we get the bits of the ship that we want, we can transfer the salvage deed over to yourselves, and then you have all the time in the galaxy
Yeah.
to pick the rest of it clean.
Sounds great.
Have yourself a deal, good sir.
Awesome. Okay,
Would you
well,
very much mind if we rammed Reagan?
what? Oh, don't leave them damaged out
I
in
was
the belt.
joking.
Oh, okay. I don't know. It's kind of.
Goodbye now, we're hanging up. Gower, what's wrong with you?
No, you hang up first.
So are we ramming them or?
No, we're
Not
not ramming them.
them. We don't want to draw attention to ourselves from Silver Pinnacle people.
Or dent the ship.
Stella Pinnacle.
Sometimes,
Stellar Pinnacle, Silver Pinnacle.
sometimes navigation systems go awry and things happen.
Yeah, they'll
Space
go more
seems big
awry.
until you're in it. And next to
Space
another
is
ship.
big. It's literally infinite.
But not when you're right next to another
Kind
ship.
of isn't.
Shh.
Coop is a subcontractor for Universal Holdings Incorporated.
We don't have issues with them.
Yet.
Have you met Gower?
Won't be long.
Everyone loves Gower.
This is true. This is true. So
When he's
you
far
get
away.
hailed again. It's from one of the other ships.
Yellow.
Hi, name's Brentsome. I'm here to offer you our services. Clearly, you guys have been out here before. I mean, we tracked you, just to be completely honest. We saw you here and then heading back to the station, so we thought we'd get out here and get ready. Do you guys need our services in helping you salvage anything?
I don't know, Branson. We'll look at that. What are we doing?
We're saying no.
Oh, no.
Oh, well, that's a shame. I mean, we're here, right? My friend Reagan and I are all ready to help. We've got 2 ships. We can work twice as fast. There's 2 of us, Then maybe somebody else you may have spoken to already. Has he been bad-mouthing me again? He flies around here saying bad things about me.
He seemed perfectly civil. But Branson and Raygun, was it?
civil.
We're gonna have to let you go because I'm creating a problem with our comms.
He's really confused. He's like, what? Did he just...
I mean, you could have just said, sorry, mate, we have legitimate salvage and the title.
Yeah, but they'll
deed."
find that out, and then we can strap some stun grenades to them for legally boarding our ship.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
You are going to be the death of us, Gower.
If we weld their ships to our ship,
I mean, our last crew said that as well.
does that give us a different engine profile? I don't know.
Yeah, you'd need to connect the power distribution. Yeah, it would kind of tear itself apart if you just did that. Okay, so you're approaching the area, and you can see that the Coop in his little ship is just staying still. He's scanning though, right? And you can tell that there's power fluctuations inside his ship. Maybe he's getting ready. You don't know what he's doing. But his ship is effectively stationary. Brensom and Reagan are moving and still scanning everywhere. Still moving around and scanning the.
I have a mental image of Coop
the
being like an
local area.
old-timey prospector kind
Yeah,
of
yeah,
guy
he
with
is.
a big droopy moustache.
Yeah, absolutely. He has a spittoon.
Panning for space junk.
Can we trade?
Can we trade? We want your spittoon. I gotta have that spittoon.
At that guy's eye.
Can we like ping the general vicinity now as claimed salvage with Aldeed?
Oh, like a radius from the point.
Like a kind of
It generally
buoy or something.
Oh, you want to drop something?
And just be like, clear off. This belongs to these people.
Do you have a probe or a buoy or
a
something?
Mining drone that could just sit there and be like, clear off.
Get off my lawn.
Again, not using the mining drone in the system we stole it in.
Yeah.
Recovered.
We scratched
Legitimately
the
salvaged.
nameplates off. Yeah. It's now clean salvage.
We've put a new number plate on it. It's fine.
Changed one of the numbers on.
I mean, it still says the name of their company on the side.
No, it filed that down.
Look, let's just get there quickly and then deal with any problems we have to deal with while we're there.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
So, you guys cover the last bit of distance. And you get towards the cluster of asteroids where it's kind of smashed into this ship and it's become like all caught together, unable to separate. So you fly closer, and as you kind of go past Coop towards where this particular cluster is, his ship turns to follow you, but at a respectful distance, proximity warnings not being triggered, that kind of thing. As you are closing, you see that Brensom and Reagan stop doing what they were doing, and their ships turn, and kind of they're now clearly watching where you're going or what you're doing. And you get closer, and you are within spacewalk distance of the asteroids. If you remember last time, you had to go out into the airlock, jump across, which isn't that difficult. Oh no, didn't you drone?
Yeah.
You flew the drone across with a
Simon
cage.
flew me and Gary over
with
in the
a
box.
container.
Yeah. with a container. Yep.
What has Coop got with him that could help? Because like, if we can all go over in his shuttle, I mean,
he has got a shuttle.
Easier. And load it up.
He's kind of gets on a con with you, and he's like, "That surface looks a bit treacherous. I'm not sure I can actually really set down." And as you get closer, and you're like, the lights of the ship are shining now. You're that close on the surface of the asteroid. It's all pockmarked and pitted and rough and jagged, and you do think that that's a very dangerous surface to try and anchor onto. He says, "Look, I'm willing to try, but if my ship's damaged, you guys are paying for it. I don't know what's in there, right?"
What's the mass of the asteroid?
It's, how big is it? So Safari ship is probably a bit bigger than your ship, and then you're talking about 10 times that, sort of like jagged bits stuck together, and you found like there's a gap where you could see the ship.
It's not gonna work.
What were you thinking?
I was just thinking that, weird gravitational eddies and stuff might move the asteroids apart.
No, if you remember, it's kind of looks like they're punctured the hull of the ship, and
Yeah,
it's
the
all
fact
kind
that I
of
can only
jammed
do
together.
like 1400 newtons.
Yeah. So
there is no
Exploding my
try.
nostril blood.
hang on. Someone give me some cotton wool. So you get close enough to transfer across, and you see Coop has kind of maneuvered his shuttle very close, as close as you guys are, and he's got all suited up, and he's actually like standing in
Yeah,
the rim of his airlock, like waving his hand. His spacesuit looks like old and kind of patched up, you know, and like this sleeve is like a different color to the rest of it, you know.
I like him already.
He's got like the visor down, and he's clearly got a lot of tools and stuff. And you can see actually that his shuttle has got one or two exterior adaptations that, you know, might be handy for cutting things, you know. And he's got like what looks like a big like cutting torch, like with a hose up to a thing on his back, and he's like got all this stuff hooked onto him, and it's kind of loosely like dangling around him, almost like some sort of hula skirt, as he's kind of standing there and waving at you guys. His undulation of his body is causing it all to sort of rattle around him.
Right, Jack, Ivor, you can go this time. I went last time.
Yeah.
This is where everything is. Here's a map. Watch out for space ghosts that don't exist. The hunting trophies are in this room. Do either of you know anything about taxidermy?
What would that come under?
Are we talking about me or my character?
Yeah. Well,
That's a great comment, Dan. What skill is that?
I'm loving the
Have
idea
you?
that
Did
Simon
you
was
not
like,
take
"Do you mean me or my
art
character?"
taxidermy?
No, I didn't take art taxidermy.
Simon probably did though. Trade taxidermist.
Wrong book. Sorry, all the animals are in this book. Here we go.
Trade
Also, can
taxidermatologist.
we maybe use the drone to ship a few containers over and then bring them back one at a time as well? Like go.
Well, some of the things over
one,
there are already in
one,
containers.
and then
Yeah, but if you
yeah, I know,
remember,
but the big box that we took over last time to
Oh, I
fill
see.
stuff in.
one of the big problems was that the cargo bay doors were completely like smashed in by an asteroid, and there was
Yeah,
there
but-
was something really big in there, wasn't there? And you won't be able to get that out without cutting the ship up or
We need to
removing that asteroid.
prioritize
That's
what
the
things
thing,
we
I
want
mean,
the most.
Like,
What do we want the
we can
most?
spend some time on it as well. We can cut
Yeah,
the
but-
doors
So,
open.
I think the only
And-
thing we wanted that was of a size was the turret.
Yeah, I think
And the
that's
grav
the only
bikes.
thing. Well, yeah, the grav
grav
bikes will just
bikes
come
I
out.
think should be secondary to the sensors in the computer.
Yeah, we want to get in
Sensors
there.
computer turret. We
Mm, yeah.
definitely want
So
to
basically,
salvage.
if we send over the I'll go over with my mechanic robot, with my mechanic drone, and he's got like all these gear on him and like a big like laser cutter and stuff.
Make some
so-
space.
Yeah, so we'll go over and just basically take a tether, and we'll tether, and then we can just use a winch and just run stuff back and forwards.
That was
Yeah,
what I
Now
was
you
thinking
hold
too.
the ship steady, and I'll keep watch for our intrepid friends.
Because you can do the whole kind of like, oh, what was that over there? And the ship decides to go a different direction, not come look for us. Maybe it goes and looks for those other two dudes. Sorry. That was mean. Okay, so I'll go over with the and set up a tether. And then we can take over the
Yeah, then it's just a matter of winching stuff back and forth.
the cable. The 50 meters of cable.
Yeah,
We
Can
got
we
this.
get within 50 meters? Well, less
was-
than 50
no,
meters
it's
as
like-
we have to attach it on both
it was
sides.
it was just the fact that in D&D everyone had 50-foot of rope, didn't they?
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a 10-foot pole?
I got a
Um,
10-foot pole and 50-foot of rope.
Cool. Right. So, who's going across?
Me?
And Jack apparently.
Yeah, because
I'll
I think
keep the
Jack.
ship steady.
So Jack needs to. So basically,
I keep forgetting that Dan's not playing the fighty character, and I'm just assuming that he's the fighty character.
I mean,
There
of
are
our
no
four
fighty
characters,
Yeah.
of our four characters, he is the fightiest, but he is not a
That's
fighting
true.
character by any
Yeah.
stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
you
basically-
also have a better idea of the value of things, the two of you. So you'll make more sense for removing equipment.
Yeah, 'cause
You
I'm
don't want to
broker.
send me to remove equipment.
So we'll send we'll send Jack. I think
Jack Denver. Yeah.
So we'll
Jack,
send Jack over
It's the
with
baby
with
from
with like a
Incredibles.
little portable power unit, and then you can basically just power up any individual systems you need to as
Cool.
you're kind of like downloading stuff.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I have mechanic as well, so just in case.
Yeah,
needed for
yeah.
that as well.
There's plenty of tools to do whatever you want to do. So
Okay. And how are you getting all that across? Are you going in the is the drone taking you across again?
yeah, we'll go across with a drone,
Okay.
and then we'll basically run a cable between us and the ship, and
Yep.
then we can just
Winch
feather
stuff
stuff.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, back and forth.
Cut a
we
big
put
hole
a
in the
container
side.
on the cable, and then
Yeah.
like fill the container, winch it
Yeah,
back.
that's what Simon says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Simon
So you're
says
gonna
use the winch and
you're
cable.
gonna attach
Well, then
your
we have
ship
to use the winch and cable.
to the asteroids with a
We have
cable.
absolute faith in Gower's piloting ability.
Absolutely.
And as Jack's putting on all his gear, he turns to Gower and goes, "No comms until I get back. No comms."
That's
Just
all
flying
right, I
only.
made a problem.
Just patch it through to your suit.
Like, you get a message. You get a message to the ship from Coop saying, "I'm on this band on my
He's in a band as
my
well.
vac suit, com band." On my
Gower
vac suit.
doesn't reply.
Bet he plays banjo.
Oh, definitely, definitely with a straw in his mouth.
He's a kelp.
So he gets on a comm frequency with you guys as you're going out in your little thing, and he kind of pulls out a little thing, fires a piton into the surface of the asteroid, and attaches it to his ship, and then starts to move towards the asteroid. And as you guys are dollying across with this big drone like holding this cage and your container you've got right on its side, and you guys are in it, and they go across, Coop like stops on his transit, and he's like looks across and sort of watches you guys go, and he's like, "Okay, never seen that before." Cool, okay. Right,
So
well,
it's
I
what all
suppose.
new salvages are doing.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't been out of system in a while, but yeah, I assume there's quite a bit of stuff to take over then. If you need that big box and that drone, right? Well, look, I've got all my cutting tools. If you've got anything you need cut, let me know. If you want me to remove any components, my engineering certification goes up to level 12, so I'm pretty nifty with that as well. Comes in handy when you're pulling apart old ships.
What's the
Sounds like you'd be
maximum
an
level
asset.
of that?
You don't know.
Like
It's like from
level 12 of 400.
level
Oh,
12 is
no.
pretty good. Yeah, level 12 of 10.
That means he answered questions 1 to 12 on the exam. Well, Ivik, if you want to take Coop and start working on the turret, if we can get that off first, then Jack, if you head towards the smaller, more man-portable items and value things up that way, we can speed this process up.
Will
Do
do.
we want to take the turret off first? Because if we have visitors attempting to jerry-rig power to the turret and zapping them might be slightly more recourse than...
Impossible at this point in time.
Impossible.
Yeah, but
Gower's in dreamland again.
We're going to
Otherwise, I'm
MacGyver the
gonna
turret to the
ram
top
them.
of our ship.
No, I think Gower's point was, can we leave the turret plugged into
Turret
their ship
for
until the
last,
last
yeah.
minute?
Okay.
and
In case we have
jerry-rig
to fire
power
it.
to it
It's
there
inside
in
a
their
rock.
ship.
It's inside a rock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not going to do
It's
us any
inside
good
a
over
rock.
there.
It can shoot a bit of rock.
Can
it
it
see a bit
shoot-
of rock.
Outside
It's
Albert.
probably like a very small window that it could shoot
Yeah,
through.
precisely. Where
But-
we are.
But
So
yeah,
if we-
exactly where you are.
And
Gower,
they have to come
Gower.
that way.
Gower,
Just saying.
Gower,
But you just attached yourselves to it.
Gower, you know physics, yeah?
Mm.
Physics called, and it said, please don't do that.
Yeah.
Lasers might be
Physics is
recoilless, but it's still going to move things. Talking about directed energy blast in space. Now, I might not be able to do the maths for that, but I've seen
Might
enough
shake-
movies to know that's not a good plan.
Might shake some stuff looser.
Okay, so
As you guys get there, you see stuck into the surface another piton, but the cable has broken or been severed.
So someone else has been here already.
Or is still here.
Did you take any of the guns?
Yeah, we took a whole box of hunting supplies.
All of them.
Yeah, we took the
The only
box, we
guns
took all
left
including
shit
the
on-
back to the ship.
hyperspace.
The only gun left on that ship is the turret.
No, I mean, are
Oh,
you
with
taking
us.
the guns
It's
now?
pointing
Oh.
up through the. Yeah, what guns are you
They're-
taking with you?
There are two issues right now. First off, Jack's gun is inside his arm, which
inside
is
his
inside a
arm.
back suit.
Yeah.
So
See,
he has-
hence other guns.
He
But
has his
that arm
static blade.
doesn't need a vac suit on it. You could just gaffer tape the sleeve shut.
Yeah, give away the fact that my very
Brilliant.
human-looking combat arm is
Why-
not a human combat
I
arm.
think when it opens up and lasers start coming out of it, people might get a clue.
No, it deposits a magnum into my hand. I'll have you know, it doesn't shoot guns
Yeah.
itself.
Sorry, I just
And it-
assumed yours worked like mine did.
And it can't do that inside the vac suit, and then you just blow a hole in the vac suit.
I have a las pistol.
It also feels like you're not
There were
wearing
two-
sleeves at that point as well.
No, it's
so
fine, I
it's
have my own
probably
last
going to
pistol.
be
There were two
obvious.
laser carbines
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
box.
yeah,
if you
yeah.
want a laser carbine,
No,
No, because
I can
Jack
use
has,
a pistol.
Jack can only use slug weapons. He has
Yeah.
no skill in laser weapons.
And I can use a laser small.
Is that short
So I can
arm
use pistol.
for a carbine? It is a slip,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
short
yeah,
arm
yeah,
for a
yeah,
carbine.
yeah,
Yeah,
Probably
yeah.
still short. It probably still
So I
comes
can
under
use
pistol.
one,
Yeah,
but I'm
think-
staying here. Oh well.
yeah.
At least I got myself a laser carbine.
Yeah.
But
I've
Jack-
got a drone that's the size of me, which is like strength 8. Just because you go
Yeah,
across your
I have-
head.
I have a strength 14 combat arm, so
Yeah,
just
pity,
punch.
pity the.
We totally
pity
need to
the-
arm wrestle.
Yeah. Yeah.
God,
Is,
Totally
Either way.
pointless.
is your cloth back suit can take the tearing of you punching something with that? He's gonna rip a big
Can
hole
we
in your
not
back
fight
suit.
each other
Yeah,
when
guys,
we've
come on.
got like potential belt of baddies in space, ready to swoop in and nick our stuff? Just
Yeah.
be alert.
Built
They
baddies.
might already be here.
Yeah, it's fine. I've got my static blade with me. It's all right.
Okay. I will stay the other side of the room, the other side of the container, away from Jack and his
Okay.
static blade.
It's in, it's in
just
its,
through
it's in its,
just through sheer fear.
it's in its sheath.
Is there
No, no,
anything
no.
alive on that
Definitely
ship?
just fear.
are you going to make a
I'm
do
going to
a-
make a life detection check,
do it?
with
which
your
is an
brain.
easy telepathy check. That's what we like to hear.
Yes, there is a person alive on the ship. Although,
Okay. Are they intelligent?
yeah, it's like a bit stupid because
I
they got
know.
left behind on a ship.
Well, I wonder where Gary was.
There's someone on
quiet
that
all
ship.
Hey guys,
Jack, there's someone over there
Over where? Over
on
here?
the ship. No, on the derelict.
Oh,
Someone's
Didn't-
there already.
I didn't think our ship had those kind of sensors.
It does.
Does it?
Yeah.
Gower?
It just pressed something on, like, it looked like it was.
The green button. I pressed the green button.
Oh, does it tell you where they
Yeah.
are on the ship then? I'll go talk to them.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know what it looked like. It was the heating panel or something, but seemingly that worked. So yeah,
we just-
sure.
Can we just see if there's any comms?
Okay.
If there's any
Other mines,
chatter?
number of mines present, general type of mines, and approximate location.
one human mind in the ship.
I hope there are no mines.
That's pretty approximate. I can't get a fix exactly on where the biosignature is, but there is definitely someone over there.
Okay.
And they
Oh.
are
You
alive.
think they're in the cargo bay?
Cargo bay by the looks of things.
Okay, I'll head down to the cargo
That's where
bay.
we're going.
Let's go
That's where
then.
that's where we're going to enter.
Okay.
Big hole in the cargo bay is where we're going to enter.
No, that's the launch docking space that had the
of course, yeah.
had the hole in it. So you effectively come into the top of the ship,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
and if you remember, in the launch docking space, there were 3 G bikes.
Yeah.
They're no longer there.
Okay.
Someone's after
No
bikes.
from them.
And
Definitely
the
gonna
cargo
ram
bay
someone.
was off to the as you're looking at the front of the ship, off to the right through a couple of doors. Yeah, so
How
you've-
many mines are there? Are there ships within 5 kilometers of us?
Yes, you can sense everybody here. Coop, another mind, and then the two guys, and they're actually getting quite close to your ship.
All right, so yeah, looking at it, the bioscanners are saying that their 2 ships are closing. They're within 5 clicks. There's 1 person on each of their ships. We've got Coop. I've got you guys on the scan, but there is still this extra mind in there, per person in their biosignature on board the Dynasty.
Okay, and I'll go speak to him because he might know where the 3 stolen bikes have gone.
I imagine he probably would.
And he might be willing to tell us for a lift time. Also, why are we stealing the scanners when our scanners are clearly very good?
Just steal the scanners. We
I
needed
mean,
to.
Ness,
What?
that's the waste disposal panel. Random.
Okay.
Anyway, Jack starts heading towards the cargo bay.
Okay, so you open the one door, go into the corridor, open the second door, and the large container that was to one side of this room, there is the side panels are open, and you can't hear because you're in your vac suit and there's vacuum, but you can tell that someone's in there. Doing something. You can do a general band comm if you want to try and see if
I'm
get their
going to do
attention.
that. Hello? Hey. Someone here?
Like a head appears, like stunned suddenly, and looks around the side of the thing, and it's like, and you can see inside a vac suit, a fairly young guy, looks a bit grubby in there. Got engineer's tools and stuff on his belt, and it's not Gary, it's Larry. It's Larry. Every ship comes with an Larry, and it's a weird cloning thing going on. No, and as he kind of turns around and reaches back in,
Don't bolt, don't grab anything, don't be
light
stupid.
comes out. Suddenly, a light comes out like a red. And something about it is kind of cycling like this. Hang on.
Is he about to hit me with some mechanical arm?
I
No.
think he might be about to blow the cargo bay doors.
And he is engulfed in a torrent of... what have we got? Stunner fire.
You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
And he collapses to the floor, twitching.
Yeah.
And hang on, bear with me a second, guys. I'm just trying to get this image.
Attach the stun grenade to it. Same result. More fun.
So the ship's security systems just fried him, basically, or the cargo bay.
It's a ghost.
There was a robot inside the thing. If you bear with
Okay.
me.
Oh yeah, the box marked robot.
I've just popped it in the Discord, but I'm now going to pop it on the screen for our viewers. So just bear with me a moment.
Well, poopy.
No, that's fair salvage.
I assume it hasn't floated out yet. I haven't seen it. I've just seen
That
the
is
fire.
angriest Roomba I have ever seen.
Oh well.
Ain't hoovering up your floor or cutting your grass, is it?
It could cut your grass, but
This appears. Sorry, the viewers can now see it. This is called a trapper hunter droid.
Definitely not a hunter-killer droid.
And that's kind of like the size of a human torso, right?
Yep.
So it flies out. It's like comes out of the thing, and it's like gone. It's like gun underneath its body has gone onto the guy, and he's kind of like stumbling backwards, twitching, as this thing is kind of hovering above him.
It's attracted to movement. Don't move.
Its vision's based on movement. And it is going to turn, unless you guys try and do something in the next few seconds, we're probably going to have to roll initiative.
Oh, no. I mean, Jack was not prepared to... He was prepared to talk to maybe fight a human.
Are you going to try and jump back out the door and shut the door?
No, because Jack wasn't thinking about that. Jack's kind of stunned at the moment.
Okay, cool. So Jack's not doing anything. Ivik, you're behind Jack. Are you?
So I will try and I'll get my drone controller and try and find some kind of signal to it.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, in Jack's mind, this is a drone, and that's Ivik's job.
Yeah, that's fine. It's a drone and
Fair.
that's Ivik's job.
Okay, hang on.
It's a lid for every pot.
Okay, in which case we're going to roll initiative and combat. At the start of any combat, every traveller makes either a dex or int check. Pays to be quick, of hand or mind. Right.
Yeah.
The effect of this check is your initiative for the combat duration of the combat.
I have effect 4.
That's
I have effect -2.
oh, do I have to roll as well?
I have effect -5.
Well, I
Oh
don't
my
know if we
God.
have to
-5.
do anything, but I rolled it just in case.
How did you get -5?
Pure talent, mate.
Because you rolled a 3, which is 5 under
Minus
8, isn't
3.
it?
That's impressive.
Oh, I see.
It appears
I see what you're
that
saying.
Jack
Yeah,
is
yeah,
the
yeah.
most nimble of all of us.
No, I
It's
use
not difficult.
intelligence.
I use intelligence.
I have a +3 in
Jeez,
intelligence, though,
be
in
quick.
fairness.
Yeah.
I used intelligence.
I use Dex because my intelligence.
We know.
So I've got an effect of 2. So who beat me?
Jack, with an effect
Okay.
of 4.
So
Jack
Jack
be nimble,
is first,
Jack be quick.
then the THD, and then everybody else.
Okay. I have no idea how tough one of these things are, do I? Really?
Please don't break it.
Well, I'm going to break
We
it before
wanna
it breaks
keep it.
me.
Yeah, but you know, if you don't break it and
Salvage.
we can keep it, then we could program it to say you now have 14 seconds to reach minimum safe distance.
Or we can just get it to blare my space
so basically-
shanties out.
Basically, it would probably be virtually impossible for me to take control or crack it because it's a security drone. The
Never
only
say
thing.
never. I believe in you.
Well, yeah,
With
yeah.
200-year-old programming.
Yeah.
It was better back then.
To be honest, it's also got 200-year-old thrusters, and it's probably got 200-year-old power,
Yeah.
and
This
it probably
falls
hasn't got
apart.
very much left in
Hey,
its
you
tank,
do
has
raise
it?
a good point, Simon. I think I would probably struggle to reprogram a Victorian robot.
Yeah, but also the security.
Your cog work is not that good.
Unless you know the security passwords, you're just not going to get through. Like, you'd have to crack it and all sorts.
Sure.
That's not something you do
It's
in a
an
combat
hexadecimal.
situation.
Okay, well...
What if
I
it
mean,
runs on a Unix system?
I will do my best.
Yeah, sure. I'll try and distract it. How far away is it? I guess it's fairly close if I'm in the cargo bay.
Yeah. You can move to it and hit it if you want to.
Yeah, I'm going to move to it and hit it with my static blade.
Oh.
And I'm going to do so with my combat arm, which actually is strength 14. So that's a +3, isn't it?
Oh.
So I'll give
Nice.
myself another 2 there. It did 19 damage with an armor piercing value of 6. It hit on an 11.
Wow. 19 damage, armor piercing value of 6. So, where's his armor?
You break our salvage.
It's fine if he cuts it that neatly. It'll be like slicing it in half. You just push the bits back together.
Staple it.
Oh, wow. So you're pretty tough. Right, hang on 1 second.
I love how I'm like, I've done 19 damage with 6 armor piercing value, and then
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
it's really tough. Oh, bugger.
Wow.
No, I'm just trying to find his armor value.
25.
Oh, there we go.
No, it'd be like 6 or 7.
7.
Yeah.
So it's got armor 7. So
Takes 18 damage then.
so it takes 18 damage, but
Yeah.
that equates to a number of hits. I'm just trying to find the bit where it turns into hits for bad guys. Where are we?
So a drone like that's probably got 20 hits, I'd say.
65.
Yes, it
Off
does.
the top of my head.
Yes, it does. But that's not 20 damage, right? That's like a...
No, so you just take the armor off. So if it's 19, it takes 12 hits, so it's got 8 left.
Yeah, it's got
But
armor.
obviously
piercing
it's
I've
six
got
as
armor
well.
Got armor
piercing
piercing 6.
Yeah, that's
So
what
it
I
takes
mean.
18.
So it takes
takes
18
18.
damage. So you come up to it and like
Yeah.
cut through. Like,
Jack was
Take
aiming
a
for the gun on the underside.
okay, you cut the gun off the thing.
Yeah, it's just got 2 claws to rip your head off.
Yeah. Jack wasn't thinking about that. He was thinking that he saw this gun roast that guy on the floor.
Yeah, it's
I'd
got
rather you,
grabs
I'd rather
you by the
literally
head,
just impaled it into the wall.
It's got strength 9.
Yeah. It's
and dex
ridiculously
6.
hard.
Wow.
Most droids have like 12 hits or something like that.
Yeah.
Armor 4 or armor 5.
Yeah. So it's pretty tough. Pretty
So
tough.
how many hits has he got left then after I just done that?
A couple.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's heavily damaged. You take a big chunk out of it, and there's like fizzing, and the gun is like dangling. It's not like fully off, right? It's like damaged and sparking and stuff. And this thing kind of wobbles in the air, and it turns around to punch you.
I'm about to see if all the special cloaks and stuff I wear are going to be any good at protecting me. Or my vest suit's going to get a puncture and I'm just going to suffocate. One of the two.
That's actually, is that the bonus, their strength value, or is that just their strength? No, that's just their strength value, isn't it?
Yeah. If
That's
I
a
don't-
bit low.
it-
Strength 9. Okay, is that a +1?
yes.
Right, so it's going to attack, stun. Oh,
That doesn't sound good.
Stun sticks.
Yeah,
That sounds
because its
like-
its little fingers have
Yeah.
got
It's
electric
got
thing. So if it
little
actually
zzz
hits you, it just knocks you out.
Probes. Yeah, it does stun damage to you. These things are not about killing people per se. They are trapper hunter droids. They're for helping you catch like animals on a hunt, right?
Cool.
Not a hunter killer. It's a trapper hunter.
Yeah, trapper.
Am I
hunter.
allowed to dodge
So-
in space? I highly doubt I am. I doubt I'll be able to, even with my enhanced mobility.
No one can see you dodge in space.
Can you parry with your sword?
I don't have parry as a skill. Is that a skill?
It missed you.
Oh,
You
okay.
can-
That's fine.
if you have a sword can parry. So I think it
Yeah.
works like that.
But it missed you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know my Varga character last time could dodge, and that was the only reason I didn't die all the time.
Yes, you can. Dodging. Traveller who's dodging will inflict a penalty equal to their dex, DM, or athletics dexterity, whichever is higher, to their attacker's attack roll. Every attack must be dodged separately. So if a traveller is shot at by 2 enemies in the same round, they can dodge both, but will suffer a DM -2 on their next actions. So it counts as an action, right?
Yeah. All right. So I think I remember rightly. You have to sacrifice one of your next turn actions
Yes.
to do it. Yeah, that's right. Cool. He didn't hit
Cool.
me.
No, didn't hit you.
Obviously-
kind of sparked off. The missed you and sparked off the door. Like this big blue kind of pulse of light, kind of filled the room. And you kind of stand there and you're like, okay, maybe this thing isn't quite as horrible as I thought it was. It kind of came out of the darkness with like big
Was
arms
terrifying.
waving and big red light kind of coming out of the front of it. And you've kind of nearly cut it in half in the first exchange. And Eilvik, do you want to do anything?
I do. I just shot it and got -1.
That means
So I missed.
You missed.
Yeah, you missed, unfortunately.
Even with +3. I know it's +1, -1, +1. What's that?
So I've got a gun sight. I've got a laser sight on my gun. But my dexterity is 3.
It's the -1.
So I get a -1.
Wow.
No, it's not like that. It's not like that.
It's like this.
basically, I basically, it's like almost like you walk around like this and then you go, because my strength is 3. So
Brilliant.
it's quite difficult to lift.
Okay, so there's a blast.
I should have aimed.
Yeah. If you want to have aimed, you can have aimed. I'll give you a +1.
No, because I'm not a combat so
Okay.
maybe I'm now thinking next time I'm going to aim.
Okay, cool. I like it. Learning about combat.
Yeah,
I like to see
yeah.
that. That's cool. So your laser shock, like boom, ding, 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 and then the thing like had like maneuvered slightly, but it's kind of wobbling and almost falling apart. Although you are unable to do anything physically against the robot, is there anything the other two guys want to do?
I'm keeping eyes out for those other 2
Okay.
ships to see if they're
Yeah,
up to anything
right.
shifty.
Okay. Yeah, you can see them getting closer to the asteroids. They're kind of thrusting a bit closer, trying to see what's going on. Now that there's like activity, clearly there's like sensor readings to pick up on, and there's some sort of high energy exchange going on inside
And
the
they're welcome to come and look.
Yeah, can I maneuver our ship a little bit closer so that we're basically very much blocking the entrance? Basically,
Yep,
they
yep.
have to come straight past.
you pretty
us.
much
They
are.
tethered
Yeah.
You pretty much
to the
are.
ship.
Yeah, you pretty much are as it is.
I think.
Okay, so you're tracking them, and they're moving a bit closer, but they're going slowly and not being too bullish. So we'll go back to Jack.
Yeah, I'm gonna poke it and see what happens. Oh no, I missed.
Should have aimed.
Okay, you miss. So it's gonna punch you.
Oh, great. You're right. I should have aimed.
No, it's not gonna punch you. Yep. So it's like servos are malfunctioning, and it's kind of its arms like can't get low enough down to like hit you. It rotates its body, but goes the wrong way, and then has to recalculate. So
Oh no, it can't turn left.
yeah.
Go on, Ivik. I believe in you, mate.
I'm going to aim.
Whoa!
Hey, there we go.
And the damage. Look at that. 13 damage. Okay, so take the armor off that. 7, so 6. Okay, you're like... And you put a hole in its central processor.
Shit, I want to keep that.
And
No,
you're like,
the fingers. I want the fingers.
yeah, you can get the fingers.
Yeah. It's
And you
fine.
shoot through the central
Put it on the
processor, and it falls down onto the guy on the floor.
Oh, thank God for that. It got a soft landing.
Right?
Wait, hang on. It's
On
in
his
space.
head.
Why did it
Oh,
fall
man.
down?
It's
Because
got
it was in the air.
like
A grav unit.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They said there's no gravity in space, but there is because there's mass and it'll be moving to the
Yeah.
nearest mass. But it's not going to hit it hard. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm glad we can't hear you.
Look, the important thing is the drone had a soft landing. It's still salvageable.
Well, clearly its thrusters malfunctioned
Yeah.
in its final moments, and it's like crashes into the guy on the floor. And you hear a faint whimper, even through the vacuum. Maybe that's in your mind. That's
Maybe we saw him go.
you're like, yeah, and you're like in your mind, you're like,
oh.
yeah,
Looks like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Stun gun to the family jewels.
Yeah.
And Jack sheaths his blade and goes, "I'm glad it didn't take you too long to find the aim button on that one."
Yeah.
Wait, they have a button for aim?
I will go and check on the guy under the drone.
Yeah, I figured we'd both probably like be lifting it off. And...
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So you go over, and the side doors are now open on this container, and you can see that there's like
10 more of the robots in it now. Just
there's 3
Things are held
more
down.
of these robots in there, racked up, and the interior of this unit seems to be like the control and recharge sockets for it. Right?
Wow, that's like a whole bay. That's like really good.
It's like a
That's
big
like
thing.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's like coming with us.
You can't get it out of the.
Oh, I can. Oh, I will.
We will.
Cooper, can you cut out big square like this all the way to the back of the ship? And we'll just drag it.
Have we
with
got
us?
any
Coop-
more of those?
Coop
monks?
walks in the room and he's like, "Nicely done.
Yeah.
You guys want all this stuff?"
Yeah. Yeah.
He like starts looking up at the superstructure. Give me a day. I can.
I can see him doing the
Yeah.
do it, but it's going to cost you.
Yeah. Well, he's going to take everything else, isn't he? So he's like, yeah.
I'm going to need to
I
get
gotta-
the parts in, mate.
I've got to cut this up anyway. Get my team in tomorrow.
Yeah.
We can cut this. He's like pointing at like different sections. We can cut through here, cut through there, take out this corner.
Going to open up the old
we better
kitchen wall.
lift it out. But
Yeah.
they're off at the platform, as I said, watching the game, so the fight. So
Well,
Look
that's
out
fine.
that bay window at the back there.
We can get some of the other stuff off for now. And I assume we had our little shopping list on a digi thing, so he just like does the old
With the map as well.
swings it over to him, and he's like, "This is all the little stuff we want off the ship. The rest of it is all yours." Yeah, well, like the sensors. I mean, I know the sensor suite's gonna be a big desk thing, but that might be able to be detachable and taken out as a package. Like, obviously, we're not going to be taking the turret right now, and we're not going to be taking this big old crate right now, but
And the
some small
computer.
stuff,
I'll,
like smaller stuff.
I'll add the drone party box to the wish list.
Well, we now got security droids for our ship.
Well,
Okay.
there's quite a lot of cool stuff in there.
So he's as you go round the ship with him. Both of you make psi rolls.
the one thing I can't do. Oh no! I rolled an 8.
I don't think I can. Oh, I
Okay.
can.
You can.
Yeah.
You click on site. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I got -3.
So Ivik, you're fine. You're really
Yeah.
like absorbed with all the stuff, and he's telling you how he's going to remove the turret. You know where he's going to cut through here. You know, he saw on the outside this going on, all that kind of stuff. So it's going into lots of detail. Jack, sort of halfway through, you're kind of like, you know, okay, yeah, all you techie stuff. You know, it's all getting a bit engineering and heavy metals for you. But suddenly you feel like something push you into as you step through a doorway, something pushes you into the door jamb, you know, like, and you're like bash into it, and Coop's like, watch your step, rookie, and like carries on doing whatever
Now
he's
you're
doing.
covered in jam.
He's got like a big marker pen that leaves like fluorescent, like, and he's just going you know, marking a load of stuff out. And he's like, "No, you guys wanted that, and yeah, cool."
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to look around because, like, Jack has lots of things, including enhanced mobility bionics. Like, he's not sure how he's just fallen over. Yeah. I assume we're going to transport that guy back to our ship as well.
Yes, we'll take him.
I'll do a trip with him and take him back while you and Coop mark up the other bits and pieces of the guy. It doesn't look like we're going to be leaving anytime soon if we got to take superstructure bits out.
Yeah.
And I'll go tell the rest of the crew on how we're doing. I'm going to drag this guy. I'm going to turn off his mag boots so he stops being stuck to the ground so he floats a little bit. So
Okay.
it's a bit easier for Jack to like sort of drag him to the winch. I'm guessing he's not moving that much at the moment because he was quite heavily stunned by a stun laser gun.
Just kind of like shifting a bit.
Yeah, I'm just going to take him and attach him to the winch and winch back to across the ship with the prisoner guy. While Ivor and Cooper start marking stuff up and whatnot.
Okay. Cool.
Accidentally let go halfway.
No, we need him to find our stolen goods.
Cool. Okay, so the marking up is going on. Ivik, you're helping with the, organization of all of those bits. You do find in the trophy room a collection of strange animals and creatures that have been sealed in like tubes, and these things are so well looked after that they're the most well preserved things in the entire ship. They're kind of embedded in the wall. There's like a big secure, it's almost like a tank, but it's got no liquid in it or anything, but individual tubes are then stored inside it. So there's like a nice glass wall in front of them, and you can see all of these lovely tubes, and like some foam has like filled the gaps between them. Obviously some kind of emergency system to brace them for any kind of crash or impact. And so they might have some value, but none of you are necessarily on the ship are necessarily big game hunters, so you're not sure.
No, but given enough time with broker and computer skills, I might be able to
find some people to flog them to. Maybe if you go back more towards civilization or somewhere else.
This isn't a fancy noble place.
This isn't really a place to sell exotic animal carcasses.
No, but we do know
except to those
tiny
except to those those hungry guys in that place. Yeah. They'll eat anything.
We'll chew on the fur.
Yeah.
But we can put them as like discussion pieces in all of our staterooms, can't we? Ah, yes. You want the lizard bear room. Why is it called the how?
Right in front of the door.
It's above the bed. No. It's like in the ceiling above the bed. So like,
Who let Gower do the decorating?
Sounds awesome. Okay, so you start to take
the closet in Lost Boys.
You start to take things apart and marking things up, and Coop gets in touch with his guys on the platform, Contarini platform, and halfway through whatever they're doing, finds a break where you can talk to them, and they're going to come out with a bunch of ships and help you to pull the asteroids apart.
We're there now. We don't mind him saying it's the Dynasty if he wants to tell his
yeah. He's kind of telling them, and they're quite excited, but they're gambling heavily on some sort of sporting event, and they'll come out the following day to help pull the thing apart, and they'll take the carcass, everything else, and I think you guys are taking nearly everything apart from the jump drive and the maneuvering drive, right? You're not taking those.
No.
Okay, cool. So they'll keep those, and the superstructure and the rest of it and all that kind of stuff, which they're fine with. And you guys will take.
We get a nameplate. Actually, we just take the nameplate from the captain's room rather than
smashed by an asteroid.
We don't have to take the one off the side of the ship. We could take the one from the captain's room, can't we? The shiny brass one.
Yeah, take that, and we'll give that to the Baron.
He hated them.
The census.
Yeah, precisely. You can keep it and set it on fire or something.
So you can remove most of the elements, right? So the turret isn't damaged, and you can remove it. Yeah. And it will cost you some money to get it fitted into your ship, but not as much as a whole turret would cost, obviously. However, the sensor suite is damaged. You can remove it, but it is damaged, so it will have a penalty to be used. Yeah. But it has better capabilities, or you could sell it.
Or we could sell it because it's got a densitometer, and they said they wanted one.
Yeah, they wanted it, so yeah.
On Kelp World.
On Kelp World. You could indeed.
And if they could
Okay.
pay 90,000 for kelp, they could pay a lot more for a fancy scanner system.
Yeah, well, they definitely wanted this particular type of sensor.
They
They were
did.
very adamant that they wanted one.
They were.
And we don't need it because, like, Nez
Yeah,
is great with our sensors.
Our waste disposal unit apparently has magical sensors.
Does that big box count as a spacecraft robotics laboratory?
How big is that?
4 ton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ivik has had a wet dream, everybody, and he is very, 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 very happy.
Yeah.
So there's a
It's like,
robotics
yeah,
laboratory.
I can take the turret out and I can take that out. Yeah, but when are you doing the robots?
And I'm going to question that chappie when he comes to. He's currently cable tied to like some pipes or something,
Sure.
because we don't have a brig. So...
Gower stands
Being
behind
watched
you with his
sternly
cutlass.
by some freeze-dried animals in tubes.
Oh, cool.
He wakes up.
Yeah.
Lizard bear.
Not the lizard bear.
Lizard bear's the least of your problems. The weasel squid is going to be much
Weasels.
more unfortunate.
No, not the weasel squid. Anything
Yes.
but the weasel squid.
In your trousers if you don't tell the truth.
Okay, so all this is going on. It's going to be a while before those guys can come out. So the next day, it's pretty much the end of the day where you are because you've done quite a bit in this day. The 2 other guys in their other little ships have started to move away and keep a bit of a distance. And as it sort of gets to very late and you're getting to a stage where you're going to have to sort of start going to sleep and resting or taking those accelerator drugs and stims, you're getting tired, but one of the ships heads off, flies off, but it flies towards the nearer Contarini platform. If you remember when you got to that location, Contarini platform wasn't that far away, and he flies off in that direction.
Not gonna
They
lie.
are going to have a fight.
Yeah. I'm very concerned about
They're
the.
probably going to bring more people back.
Yeah,
So
but
in
there's
the
also more people
meantime-
coming back from Coop slot. So
Yeah.
I can set
That's
the
kind of their
parameters
thing.
on the drones that we've just got, the Hunter Seeker drones. So I
They're
can
not out yet,
basically-
are they?
No, they're in.
I'm,
They're in. There's 3 of them in there. I just have to go in and sit down and turn it on and basically set the parameters of these people are good. Anyone else isn't good.
yeah, but they're not going to be getting in there yet, are they?
Now,
Or I could just leave them and do nothing.
Gower's going to do some psychological warfare as well.
Oh,
Is he?
Oh God!
Oh, no.
Walk around in the Y fronts.
No. Just open comms and start blasting the recorded space shanties at the one ship that's still there
Okay.
the entire night.
Okay. So the
You're an
night
evil man, Gower.
And
passes.
go to sleep.
Right. Coop has already started. Like he seems to just be working, and he's like, "I'll keep an eye on it. Don't worry, and I'll be over here making the first cuts." And he's got setting up some equipment and stuff, and he's like found some places where there's like reinforced bulkhead sections inside that he can do sort of on the interior before they come and start cutting the rest of it up. So
are we
it's
going
kind
to
of-
do watches ourselves as well? I think we probably should.
Mm.
Yeah, we'd probably also set our sensors up for a sort of a proximity warning that's slightly wider than usual, right?
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Especially those special sensors. They work real well.
I didn't know it was the waste disposal. I don't know how any of these buttons work.
Okay. Who's talking to the prisoner?
Jack, because that was his previous career.
Okay.
He was an agent.
Well, after a while, the figure is Have you taken the helmet off?
Yeah. We've got him into.
So it's like a young lad, probably like 17, with like weird shaving bits in his hair and like, you know, grubby complexion from clearly some sort of gearhead, you know. And he like comes to, and he's like clearly terrified by this collection of weird animals in tubes and a man in his underpants and like
With a cutlass.
and a guy in a black collarless suit standing in front of him.
I just
with
have
a
this
knife.
vision of like Jack Black in Tropic Thunder, where he's got like that pistol in his like nappy thing he's wearing. That's what I imagine Gower looks like right now.
That's amazing.
We
Gower
know
as
who's
Jack
playing Gower in the film.
Black
version.
with a captain's hat and dirty Y fronts, you know, sweaty Y fronts, and with a gun in the belt and a cutlass over his shoulder. That is Captain Gower. That's amazing.
Sorry.
He like looks around and he's like, "Don't fucking kill me, man! Don't kill me! I was just like they fucking ditched me."
Who ditched you? And he's like, oh, and here you go. You're going to need this. And he hands him over some water. It's got some electrolytes in it. It'll help you with your panic. You don't want to be panicking right now.
Have you released his hands?
No, he's still, like, he's
Okay.
bound. He's
He's
bound in front of him now. He can sort of drink.
Okay. So he takes a drink of the water and he's like, Ethan and her crew, they came out from the platform after you guys left. I was just, you know.
And who does Ethan work for?
Works with Brenson.
Brenton and Reagan?
Yeah. Mean assholes, but they get good jobs and they pay okay, you know, and there's not a lot for me to do out here, you know, so I've just kind of, you know.
That's fair. So they are the ones that took our G-bikes, correct?
Yeah.
Just so you're aware, and I show them our legitimate contract to Salvage on this. This is a registered, legitimate contract for us to salvage, and for no one else to salvage unless we ask them to.
When did you log that?
Shortly after we left, as quickly as we could possibly log that.
Okay, cool. I don't care. None of it's mine. I thought someone was coming to kill me. That's why I activated one of those robots.
Well, that was a dumbass idea.
Well, I didn't know that at the time.
I mean, I purposely said to you on open comm, don't run, don't bolt, don't shoot.
Yeah, but that's what people say, right? And then they shoot you.
Well, I'm not from these parts, so maybe.
Yeah, you know.
I had to cut that droid thing in half with a sword.
He looks at you slightly differently.
But that's right. Okay, well, we'll get you back to your people because they got free G-bikes they owe us, so...
Oh, yeah. They're, like, you know, probably not going to give those back to you.
That would be unfortunate. I'd hate to cut them in half with my sword.
Sure. I mean, they're just back at the... They're probably back at the platform.
Excellent. Well, when we're done here, we'll go put you back to where you belong. Don't want you floating around in space now.
Okay.
And you can put in a good word and we can just get this all sorted out with no violence or harm coming to anyone, right?
Sure.
Excellent. If you don't mind, I'm just going to restrap you to a pole because I've got other jobs to do. I can't just sit here and watch you. But if you need a drink or a toilet break, Gary's around here somewhere. He'll help you out. Hey, on the plus side, we're not going to leave you in space. We're not going to kill you.
Well, thanks.
Hey,
Yeah.
It's the right thing to do. There you go.
Yeah.
Jack does his thing and then redoes him back up on top of the pole.
Yeah, you
You
can
sit
see...
tight now.
You can see that the kid didn't have a lot of air left,
Yeah.
so probably
saved his life.
probably did him a favour.
Gary, keep an eye on him.
Gary's like, sure. Gary's like looking at the tanks with the creatures in. It's like,
Don't break anything.
sure.
And then
Whatever you do, don't
Jack goes
release
back to
the
his normal
curse
voice.
of the preserved animals.
Are these where the ghosts came from?
I'm not there to tell them that.
Did you feel the ghosts?
What ghosts?
Like something like touched me when I was on that ship. Anyway, don't worry. He realizes he's probably going to have the piss ripped out of him for like saying something that sounds really stupid. So he's like, it's okay, don't worry. I'll get on with my job.
Okay. And then Jack goes and reports everything the kid told him to the rest of the crew.
Mm-hmm.
Just let him know that he knows where our stolen bikes are. And it may or may not be worth the hassle of trying to retrieve them. That's for a later discussion.
I was going to add to this blaring space shanties. I want my damn bikes back.
So in between the chorus,
turn the volume up.
I want my damn bikes back. I want my damn bikes back.
Perfect. Cool. So you guys wait, and after a while, you can see the ships heading in your direction from the platform. And Coop informs you that they're his people. He's like, yeah, they're coming. And Brensom's vessel moves further away and actually starts to move back to the platform.
Looks like Gower's she shanty worked.
And
Are we going to try and install the turret when it comes out?
I think we'll need it done professionally, won't we?
Yeah.
you probably need to go to a shipyard,
Okay.
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
like a B,
Yeah.
a class B or better starport.
Uh-huh.
They start cutting everything up, and you are able to extract the turret and damage sensors and the robot box.
Yay!
And the computer.
Ship's computer. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting because the ship's computer sort of gets a little bit distributed amongst the ship. So we probably have to say that counts as damaged as well. Because you won't be able to...
What does BIS mean?
That is a grade
Big
of
in
computer.
space.
Big, yeah, absolutely.
Can we just use the bits from this one to upgrade our existing one effectively?
Well, you're...
So rather than being a damaged one and then getting our own one back to resell, just upgrade our one to that
Potentially.
level or something.
Yeah, that's probably
Motherboards
something.
and stuff. I have electronics computers. That is something that I can do.
Ah, yeah. Well, that would take you some time, right?
Yeah.
That's not going to get done in an afternoon. And, that sounds like a jump thing or at a space dock, So this is all going on quite nicely when you see on your sensors two things happen. You've pretty much finished all the things that you guys are worried about. And Coop and his guys are now just cutting everything up and trying to preserve the jump drive elements and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, once they were officially done with our bits, I would have transferred the salvage rights over to them as well. So once we've got our bits, we would.
Sure. You see two larger vessels leave the platform, Contarini platform, and start moving in your direction. They'll be with you in about an hour or two. They're only moving at 1G. They're not little shuttles. They are slightly bigger ships. And you see also at the edge of the system a pirate vessel come into normal space. Pirate vessel. It's definitely a Zydarian condominium ship with kind of a fresh paint job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same one, just painted a different color again this time.
Well, he won't be
Yay.
back for a week and a half yet, that guy.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
think they're not our problem, really, are they? Do we need to stick
No,
around?
I mean-
they can fight it out.
Can we
We
get
can-
to Dulac B before they get insistent?
you've only
Those
just
guys
said
are like 5 or 6 hours out, right? Dulac B is like 2 hours away from me.
Because then we can sell them the sensor, if that's still the plan.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. Those have 2 other ships. Does anything on sensors sort of indicate what kind of ships they are?
Make a roll.
That will be Ivic who would do something like that because he does computer sensors.
I have electronic sensors as well. but I don't know that.
Or it could be Captain Gower. I only have electronics computers.
It's clearly Ivic or Ness on the waste disposal sensors.
The biosensor is a bit glitchy. It's really sensitive.
Oh.
It doesn't work very well with people
Are
watching.
you doing it?
No,
That's you. You're the sensors man.
I don't mind who did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
he just wants
There
to
you
play with his
go.
robots.
Clearly
There
the
you go.
sensors man.
FX6.
Oh, hang on. I need to get the screen on the right screen. There we go.
I can tell
Wow,
you what
look
kind
at
of
that.
boxer shorts he's wearing.
So they are.
Same as Gowers.
They
Yeah.
look like scout vessels. So they're little
Okay.
triangular ships.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
about
they're
the
armed, aren't they?
They're half the size of yours, but they are armed.
Yeah. Okay. And these are the ones coming out from the
Yes.
yeah.
Is that
And
the
they've
bad people platform?
They've actually started accelerating. It looks like they can travel at 2G. They've
Okay.
clearly picked up on their sensors the stuff that's going on the other side
Yeah,
and
yeah,
decided
yeah.
to like go full.
Okay. So from my sensor readings, can I tell? I'm assuming I can get some kind of ident of them or something like that.
Yeah. You
So-
can get.
Okay. So I'll tell Jack, and then Jack can potentially find out who their affiliations to.
Beep beep beep. Computer. Give me to roll computers. Or are you happy? Just...
They are down as Stellar Pinnacle mining survey vessels.
It's gonna be what's his face and Reagan. I mean, I feel like we should
Brandon
at
and
least.
Reagan.
Yeah, I feel like we should at least Brenton and Reagan. Yeah, I feel like we should at least warn
Oh yeah.
Cooper and that lot that they're on bound, and it looks like
Yeah.
they've got.
Oh, Coop and his guys are like packing up and
Yeah, we're
they're
all
like,
getting ready to go.
if you guys aren't hanging around, then we're gonna get out of here. These guys look like they mean business this time.
Yeah, they kind of got us outmatched a little bit.
Like
So if
Chuck an
if
asteroid at 'em.
so if these guys, did Cooper's guys get anything?
they got the jump drive.
They got the jump drive.
Yeah,
That's all right.
they're like.
So so he's happy with that. As far as
You feel that he's just about happy with that.
yeah. So
Yeah.
so Captain Gower could just give him the sensors and tell him who wants them.
We could do that.
Because
yeah.
he's only
But
breaking
then
even.
we don't get.
So
Yeah.
he's only, and then we
Well,
don't.
we only
need
have to
go
give him
back.
the densitometer bit, don't we? We don't have to give him
Yeah.
the
It's
full
all-
set.
It's built
It's all
into
done
the.
on
Yeah.
page.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because
Pulling
then
it
we could-
out
yeah.
would take you hours.
I
Then
mean,
we can give him the guy we're sending back to take back, and then we don't have to go back at all.
and can
thinking.
they
Have you
potentially
refueled?
scuttle the rest of the
We don't need to. Yeah.
ship?
You've got 20 tons of fuel, so you could do another jump.
Yeah.
Or we could head for Mirage and scoop the poop.
Scoop the poop.
I don't mind. It was just
Let's jump.
if you don't want to go back, if you
No,
don't want to go
sorry,
back to
let's
the
go.
We're giving him the sensors as well.
give him
Okay.
Are we?
sensors.
Our contact.
Calm
Okay.
down. That wasn't part of the agreed contract. We want to sell that and make money.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I know,
but we
I
also
kinda
want
wanna
to
sell
not
that
be
one.
here when the attack
Yeah.
ships arrive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's already on our ship. We just need to
Yeah.
go now.
We can just go to do like B and drop it off and be like, give us money.
It was more that Cooper is pretty much like
yeah, it's
breaking
pretty
even.
much.
They'll get to us before we get to Dulac B because they're coming this way anyway. We need to go the other way from Dulac B, which
no,
is
they're
where
coming
we were
from
gonna...
Contarini.
They're coming
Yeah,
from
coming from behind,
Contarini.
coming from Contarini,
We're
yeah,
sort
yeah.
of here.
well, we
Yeah,
are.
come
Sort
from
of there,
Contarini.
that's true, yeah. But they will overtake us before we get to Dulac because they're traveling twice as fast as us.
I'm not arguing with Jack. I've seen what he does with a big sword.
I think we leave. We give Coop the sensors and it builds us some goodwill in the system here. We've got a couple of people who will be friendly towards us. Sure, there are some people that don't like us, but they don't like us either way.
Yeah, they didn't like us from the previous system, so yeah, no.
It's that, or we jettison one of the things at them, and when they stop to salvage it.
I mean,
If
my
we do that,
other
give Coop the
idea
thing,
is,
bug
can
out.
we scuttle the Dynasty and cause a slight decompression of the asteroids, moving them in the general direction of a bunch of scout
They've
ships?
just chopped it all up into bits.
Yeah, and it would also
Yeah,
take
but
some
it's
high
like, is
levels
there
of science and
nothing left?
mathematics.
No, just blow the fuck out of it and fly off.
With what?
I don't care.
You haven't got any guns.
We haven't got anything.
Not guns.
Dan,
Let's
what do you
There's got to
reckon?
be something on there.
Jack,
Explosive.
Maneuver
You want
I
to
know it
explode
wasn't
something.
Maneuver
Basic
drive
shoot
surely
with a hunting
has
rifle.
fuel.
This is a last-minute renegotiation to build some goodwill in system, dispose of 2 things that we don't need.
How long would it
Take
take
the
us to get it off the ship and onto their ship?
kid in the sensor? It's in the
Oh,
cargo bay.
Yeah, it's in the cargo bay. It would take you like 20 minutes.
Wrap a rope around
That's
it.
20 minutes
push it
they're
out
getting
the
closer
door.
to us.
Yes.
Yeah, but you've got an hour.
Yeah, which means then that we're only 40 minutes difference and they're
But
traveling
what do
at 2G.
they want?
We don't know.
And they've got our grav bikes as well. And that annoys me.
3
I
grav
want to
bikes.
ram them.
I say we've got bills to pay. Let's get to Dulac B. Let's get that paid. He's made even. That was his contract. That was his
Okay.
agreement. But we got bills to pay. And also, I don't want to get caught by those angry people.
So, we're gonna drop. and
It's going to
the
take you
guy
2
back.
hours to get to Dulac B. They
Yeah.
can probably catch up to you before you get to Dulac B.
Yeah, but they could do that if we dropped off the...
Sure. Just letting
Can
you
we
know.
take the bloke with us? And then if it looks like they're going to catch us up, we'll just jettison him.
No, because they don't care about
They
him.
left
wouldn't
him
have
on an
abandoned him on
asteroid.
the
Yeah,
dock.
they're
Yeah, but we'll jettison him at them.
Yeah.
And
Oh
at
my
least it'll
God.
splat on them.
Load forward tubes.
Fire human torpedo 1.
Then just reply, do you really want to mess with us?
The problem is they're going to catch us no matter what direction we go.
Yeah.
They're moving faster than us. So
Well,
we
if
might as
jump,
well.
They won't.
Well, then just jump
Yeah, but
anyway.
we've got to get to the outside of
We
the
can't
We've
jump
got that
this
jump.
close to an asteroid field.
We can.
My asteroid...
100 diameters
Yeah.
of the nearest planetary body.
Yeah. We need to be,
Planetary body.
yeah, we need to be quite clear.
There's nothing big around here.
There's nothing big here.
I know.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
We could do it. Give Coop the sensors and the kid. Jump out of system. Wave.
Alright.
Where are you going?
Big space map, please.
We've only got 1 jump fuel worth.
Yeah, we've only got 1 jump fuel worth.
So that limits where we can go. And yes, we're not stopping for we're
So you can
in
go to
irregular
Distrada.
I know we're
You
in
can go
Dizuro.
to Distrada or back to Indaraligu. Indaraligu.
What's Distrada like?
It is pretty dull, but it's like a stepping stone on the way back to where are we? It's basically it's an icy moon. The starport is on an icy moon of a gas giant.
So we can get fuel there at least.
You can get fuel there. It's run by a self-perpetuating oligarchy.
So it's going to cost us a lot.
So we might also get people who want to leave.
Or
they be
weirdos who are
allowed to
into
leave?
stuffed animals.
All weirdos who are just hey, everybody
Yay.
wins.
Let's just jump there.
Also,
Let's just
Okay,
jump there.
you're going to go to
is there
Distrada.
no
Cool.
booby trap we can leave behind from where we jumped?
You-
I mean,
you-
I just really hate those people. They stole my grab
So,
bike.
Right, strap a
we-
battery and make
Coop
it
says,
leave.
look, on the off chance that they don't fuck us up or fuck it up, don't blow the shit up, because we could always come back for the last few bits, all right?
Yeah.
Thank you
Stick
for
a
the
leaky battery
sensors.
on the bottom of the
Yeah,
lizard bear,
get
push it
moving,
out the
Coop.
back door, and when they stop to see what the
You
weird
now
energy
have another
signature is-
contact in this system,
Yeah.
which is
And-
Baron and a
Coop.
Cooper.
Yeah, and if he gives the sensors to the station where we've told him they want it, the densitometer,
densitometer.
then
Yeah,
they're
that's-
going to be really happy because we got
Yeah.
them a densitometer.
We got them their black box back and a densitometer, and we
Yeah.
delivered them kelp. I mean, they love
I think
us.
they're your friends.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
they're a very small faction of this.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Let's go to
System.
Distrada.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So you say goodbye to them. You load up the route to Distrada. This is a fairly well-known route between these two systems. I'm not going to make you roll for your jump roll. You're not taking any passengers
send a-
with you.
Nope.
Message to the bastards saying we're coming back for our grav bikes.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
Make sure that you don't press send
He's
on
on
that.
mute.
Roll off on electronics comms.
I mean,
to
how do
see
we
who-
feel about
I
me
don't know.
waking up
I've
the
got
ghosts
electronics.
and making them angry?
What ghosts?
Yeah.
The ones
How
on
can you
our
wake up
ship.
ghosts?
Yeah, but if
I
they come
don't-
back,
That was a
Yeah,
Ben
sure.
question rather than a Ness question, because Ness will not admit there are ghosts on that ship for love nor money.
Was there ghosts on that ship? I don't know.
really wish there were ghosts on that ship and they were highly violent. Gower says out loud.
Can we please just punch in the jump and leave the system?
All right, I'm just going to wake up some angry ghosts.
Okay, so you're going to wake up some angry ghosts.
But what happens if Coop wants to go back there? That's Dan saying that to Ben.
That's a fair point.
No,
All right, I'll leave
not
the
Jack.
angry ghosts.
Okay.
Jack doesn't know.
Well,
what
Yeah,
you're
I'll be winging it anyway.
You're about to jump out of the system and you won't
Let's jump
see
out
them
the
for at least
system.
2 weeks, so who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys jump.
There is a
Sorry, I've got a little thing on the screen I do when you're in jump space. And you guys jump to Distrada. And we will leave the episode's effectively over there. What are you guys going to do when you're in jump space? What are you each doing for a week?
So I am still working on engines.
Okay.
The engines that I got last time, I'm going to spend the time working on that.
Oh yeah, you're training up on maneuver drive, right?
Yeah. yeah.
Okay, cool. Anyone else?
Jack's
Tricky
probably just
question.
resharpening his combat skills from his agent days.
I think it's him resharpening your sword. That's
Yeah, yeah,
I will
static blade that just like
continue
slices.
improving my stewardly skills.
okay. With Gary.
No, not with Gary. I'll read the manual.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and decorating with the stuffed animals, you know,
Yeah, that.
all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
You're going to make us tea every day.
and
Do
like
the washing
refine the cucumber sandwiches.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
kelp
very
cumber.
fancy
Sorry,
stuff.
I forget. They're kelp cumber sandwiches, aren't they? You
Yeah.
kept a few packages
Well,
for
that's it.
yourself.
Gary's going to be cleaning the hole from all the kelp.
Yeah. Okay, Captain Gower.
I'm gonna maybe work on my piloting skills, I think. Unless I can try and iron out some of the kinks in our ship.
You're not doing anything kinky on the ship.
That will have to be done at a starport.
Space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, right. Well, that's what the guys are going to be doing in Jump Space. I will prepare Distrada in a bit more detail with a nice system sheet, which we'll share with the patrons on the Patreon, and you can get the previous two on there right now. And if you're a patron as well, you can see the character creation episode where Ben died in character creation, which was
Sounds like
awesome.
an 80s band.
What does?
Estrada.
Distrada.
Or maybe like a 90s techno band.
Yeah. It does. And we'll see you next week for more Traveller. Before then, next Tuesday, I don't think we've got Coriolis next Tuesday. I think Millie's busy with some stuff. I think I'm going to be doing a stream instead, which will be around the development of my game Heroic Deeds. So I'll talk about some of the elements of that, which will be fun, just to hang out and chat, talk about game development. So that'll be fun. And then, of course, we'll be back next Thursday with episode 5. And hopefully you guys can all join us. Thank you, players. Thank you, viewers. Enjoy the rest of your week. Stay safe and happy gaming. Bye-bye.